Hey guys, we're walking into a brand new week, and I just want to bring you some messages to help you throughout whatever journey that you may be on. So, I'm the Mystic Mover, spiritual healer, and energy coach. I am here to help you with NT of your subconscious and mental flow. So, you can visit mysticmelaninshop.com for energy tools and also for one-on-one coaching. So, jumping into this week's reading, the energy is very much about us transitioning and walking into a completely new us. And this is not something that is new. This is something that has been occurring for some time. But now it's very vital for us to make certain decisions and actions because we are channeling a completely new reality. You have quantum leaped in some sense. And as you find yourself into this quantum leap, you have to know how to operate. So I did pull my oracle cards, and the first card that I received from the Cali Oracle deck was number 32. 37 actually, not 32. But 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 is the number of change, okay? So anyway, this card is talking to you about your spiritual integrity. What is spiritual integrity? Your spiritual integrity has a lot to do with your values, your beliefs, and your confidence around the things for you. The things that you believe in, the things that you trust in, the things that you know without a shadow of a doubt that even if you try to explain, the next would not understand because it is coming from your spirit. The spiritual integrity is connected to an inner code. And when we're talking about inner codes, we're talking about completely transitioning who it is that we are and who we were meant to be divinely connecting to that code. Why this is important definitely has to do with the fact that a lot of the things that previously may have worked for us will not be working now. And this card is calling for us to sit with ourselves and understand our spiritual integrity as it is now. Who are we now? Because even 2 years ago, even a year ago, you're not the same person that you were. Your spirit has obtained information that has allowed it to grow. And with growth comes change. And the change, we just apply that change in our life. So when we're talking about inner codes, you're going to start recognizing, even though you already have, let me say this, because you've already recognized a lot of things for yourself. But there seems to be a disconnect because here I am in a completely new space, and I know that I was destined to be here because everything has led me to this spot. But there's still a disconnect with where I am because I'm a completely new being. And I'm trying to apply my life and my essence of who I am in with this new journey that I'm on. Spirit is asking for your patience, for you to be calm, for you to allow things to happen one day at a time. If you start to notice that you are overwhelmed with the things that you are learning in this time, create a journal and start to write down all of the lessons that you have learned so that you can reflect on them when the time comes. A lot of lessons have been taught throughout the past 2 years. So that's a lot of information that we have had to sit with, to dwell in, and to gain an understanding of. And it seems as though the understanding, while it is there in one sense, it is completely confusing in another sense because now it's only fear. Now you know that you have power to create your reality. You have power. You're a powerful being. You understand this now. And the reason why it is so important for you to pay attention to your inner code in this time, in this body, in this timeline, is because you are creating something much bigger than yourself. There's a bigger picture. You have tapped into the bigger picture. And the bigger picture can be overwhelming because now how do I assert myself in this moment? Let me tell you that you do not focus on your future. Don't focus on the future. We already know where we're heading or what we desire to manifest in our lives. And when you consistently focus on the future, guess what happens? You only attract those people who are already in the future self, your future self. So what you'll start to see is that I'm attracting a lot of things that I desire for my future, but it's not really coexisting with my now. Let's transform that. We already know what the future holds. Well, not holds, but we know the intentions that we've planted, right? So now our focus is to make sure that I am being intentional within my spiritual integrity every single day as of now. I release the future because it's already mine. And I know that it is mine because it has been confirmed and prophesied to me in several different ways, in several different dimensions, and in several different realms. So that we know we are now applying in the now. You receive these intuitive guidance and thoughts and all of these things so that you can prepare this spiritual integrity now, the inner code now. What inner code does your future require? And sit with that for a moment. So I'll tell you as we move on with this card. So now we know that our spiritual code has been activated. Our inner code is guiding us now. We got that. And we've been knowing that for some while, but I'm serving to give you a reminder that your inner code is taking over. So fourth source in reversed. In reverse. I keep saying reversed. This is talking to us about balance. There's a new challenge that is presenting itself in our lives, right? But the solution to these challenges require balance. Balance of the mental energy, the thoughts, and how we think, as well as balance in our everyday responsibilities and the energy that we exude through our body, through contact. Balance. The Four of Swords in reverse is a lot to do with exhaustion, burnout, depletion. What I'm feeling and what I'm hearing is everything that is changing within your life right now can kind of make it seems like the pressure has been turned up. Control your thoughts and control your mind. Balance your thoughts. Things that we need to do that we're feeling an urge to go ahead and do. And it does not have to be, as I've said, something that is just immaculate. It could just be the simple things. But the Spirit is saying balance yourself through all things. Balance the things. Balance the types of thoughts that you think. Become aware and conscious of the things that you allow to enter through your mental portal because it affects the overall body. Be prepared for responsibilities to increase in your life, but also be prepared to have a plan. If you were doing something in a certain way previously, and now that you see that things have changed a little bit and it's not really beneficial to your soul and spirit anymore, it is time for you to revisit these things and find an approach that releases a lot of the burdens off of you, the stagnation off of you. This is a very good time for you to start retreating, to give your power back to yourself. So taking time away from social media, spending more time in nature, isolating yourself for a moment so that you can get the clarity and the spiritual integrity that you need. When we look at source, we look at the mind, the communication, the ways in which we are perceiving things around us. So when we talk about balancing, there needs to be a balance in the way that we perceive the things in our lives. Yes, the Spirit has me in this certain arena of my life, but what is this trying to teach me? Is this particular situation going to manifest itself in one of my manifestations? Meaning if you are excessively, whether it is working or having to put out content, whatever your thing is, and it feels like a lot, only imagine how much pressure you're going to feel when it actually does manifest in your life. I'm preparing you for the greater that I promised you. And the only way that you can be ready and the way that I can release these things to you is if you have asserted balance in your life. I will not overwhelm you. I will not put more on your plate than you can handle. I will not allow your energy to be mismanaged. So instead of going ahead and showering you with the things that you desire, I'm going to place you into an arena where you have to get these particular steps, because I know that your dreams mean something to you. They're important, not only for you, but it will do the community some good. And the spirit desires that. Not only that you get the luxury of life that you desire, but that the community receives the luxury of the messages, the impactfulness that you have to put out into the world. The next card is talking about the moon card, and it's up right. We're talking about illusions and fears. So yes, I'm in a new place. Yes, there's a lot of pressure. Things have turned up a little bit and it's just going crazy. But guess what? And this time you will be facing head on with your fears. Things that you have subconsciously buried within your mind. It is a subconscious cleanse happening on a 5D and 3D level. So if you feel yourself going back into things that you thought were done, no. You're going to revisit these things again. And this time, when you revisit them, Spirit is giving you an opportunity to re-embed the DNA and the thought process and patterns that were so heavily embedded into your subconscious. You're going to have an opportunity to change these things. So do not be afraid when things re-enter your life or when things come back around to surface. This is an opportunity for you to exert your inner code. No, I'm a new person. I'm on a new level. The things that I used to aspire to be, I've become. So now I must assert my power in a different way. The moon card is an intuitive card. It's water energy. So not only are you clearing subconsciously, but those things that are being moved are being replaced with a higher, stronger intuitive power to be able to give you a new sense of clarity, peace, self-esteem, confidence. There's layers being washed away that will never return to you again because the subconscious now has a new view. When the subconscious gains a new view, the mind generates new thoughts. And those thoughts produce new emotions. And now here I am standing in the midst of the thing that used to hurt me and break me down, but I'm facing it head on and with a new perspective. Okay? We got to dance with life. So when we're learning to balance our life out and when we're starting to remove all of these illusions out of our being, that can be exhausting because you realize that you are releasing so much negative energy that it can almost consume you. Do not allow this spiritual awakening, this spiritual upgrade to confuse the 3D human body. No, you are going to be using this power to dance with your life. So it's saying do something to change your energy, and that is all this reading is talking about. There's an energy shift and change. And when we talk about dance with life, it is speaking about you not allowing the obstacles to become your primary focus, but you are looking at the things that are beautiful within your life. And when something does come that moves your vibration, you jump into your inner code which directs you on how to shift the energy. Do not sit in negative energy. Negative energy does not belong to you. So should you feel that you are being consumed by something that you find is negative, that is a time for you to sit and have conversation with yourself to see, is this something that I invited in? Or is this something that was drawn to me or attracted to me? And if so, in what way and how can I change that? We are shapeshifters, and we are shaping our timelines right now as we speak, as we allow everything to be cleared from our heart chakra, from our crown chakra, as our third eye becomes illuminated and we're able to tap into different parts of ourselves. You're going to need to know the beauty of life. You're going to need to balance healing with pleasure so that I can be the best that I can be, so I can assert my power in the ways that the universe wanted for me, desired for me, intended for me. Yes, that's necessary. But while the necessary is also happening, I must live, I must enjoy, I must laugh, I must not feel guilty, I must not harbor onto emotions that are no longer for me. As these things are releasing from your being, go and pick up something that you desire to replace it with. You're leveling up. The new you is being established in this timeline with the assistance of you. I cannot bring newness into your life and into your world without your consent. So please allow me to be able to remove those things. And I'm going to grant it to you to be able to go and replace those things that you need, that you desire, that you want. So the focus is on what it is that I need now. My spiritual integrity, my inner code, what fulfills me, what keeps me vibrating on a high frequency, what brings me down from that frequency. The spiritual integrity is teaching you, just like a seesaw, when you're up and when you're down, when you're up and when you're down, and what caused it. Last but not least, we have the discipline card. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. This card is talking about you going into creation of your reality based upon your spiritual code, right? The discipline card comes in to seal the deal. I must be disciplined. I must remember who I am in my power, and all of the things that were happening almost simultaneously up until this point have taught me that I am a powerful manifester. Through the words that come out of my mouth, I speak power that shakes the room. From the bottom of my feet as they tread upon new territories, I shake the ground. As I move and I enter into rooms, I provide these rooms with overwhelming sense of love because my being is just such. There are things that you've gained that are necessary for you right now to be able to dwell in. What have you learned? How have you felt throughout this learning? These are the things that you want to be tapping into and apply discipline. Spiritual integrity is discipline. I'm disciplined. I'm not moved by the world. I'm not moved by what this person is doing or what this person is saying. I'm not asking for advice from anybody. I am following my north node. I am listening to that star in the sky that is guiding me and leading me and pushing me from where I am to where it is that it knows that I'm trying to get to. This requires discipline. Discipline in the mind, discipline in the heart. Assert discipline. I'm not going to think those thoughts because those thoughts create these type of results. I'm not going to entertain this type of relationship because these types of relationships take this much energy. I'm not going to beat myself down because of something I do not know, because in the past, whatever I needed or I did not have a resource of, it did show its way to me. I am in full trust with my spirituality, my spiritual code, and my higher self and my higher being. This message is from your higher self. Yes, you are transitioning in so many different ways, but allow the process to happen. Yes, we are battling and fighting with different things on the inside of our mind because we are coming to, we are releasing a lot of things subconsciously. But these things are not here to defeat you. These things are to make you shine bright like a trophy on a shelf. And that's what it shall be when all of this is over. But do not allow it to consume you. Assert your discipline. Create balance within your life, within your mind, within your responsibilities. Allow the illusions and the fears to pass because this is not forever. This is only a temporary moment for us to rebuild, restructure, so that when this car is up and moving again, it will never have to worry about being down as it was. And through it all, we're dancing throughout life. Gratitude is the highest level of expression. Yes, I'm going through a lot of things, but gratitude is my highest level of expression. If you can express gratitude in the midst of a fire, you can watch that fire dim. You can see a strong wind come in to save you. Gratitude is your highest level of expression. So if you don't hear anything else that's in this message, understand that gratitude will get you through these moments. This is not an easy message. This is saying that you are being rebuilt from the inside out. Allow it, trust it, be present with it, because when you get on the other side, you're going to have to pull other hands over. And you want to be strong and stable to be able to do such, because such is your calling. So I hope these messages have resonated with you. If you need a personal reading, I do provide personal readings at mysticmelaninshop.com. Go to the top tab, click on book a reading and select from the selections. If you do not see any reading that you're actually desiring to have, please email me at info@mysticmelaninshop.com and I'll get back with you. But until I see you again, peace, love, and light.